As important as sports are, negative coaches are destroying the game for positive kids and positive parents, and it's just not good enough. But we're not going down without a fight. Let's talk about it. So your kid finds a sport. They might be a little bit good at it, might not, but they love it. They're with their friends, and then all of a sudden, the negative coach is in front of them and just literally flattens it all. I've seen kids leave sport because of it, and I've seen kids leave communities that they love because they just can't find a way around that negative coach. See, the beauty of coaching is that we have an opportunity not only to adapt the players to the team, but to adapt ourselves to the players. Every season is going to be different. Players are in different seasons of their own life, right? They're growing, their body and minds are growing, and we have an opportunity to learn. But some coaches are so firm and so negative that they don't care and they don't make a difference, and they definitely don't adapt. I'm going to put a few articles in the notes so that you can kind of research some peer-reviewed journals that I believe are pretty impactful, and you're going to be pretty surprised. But I'm going to summarize them for you. The negative atmosphere is one that is that old corporal type of punishment, right? Benching, yelling, additional exercises, cleaning up equipment, alternating what they are on the team and alternating their positions, and not in a creative and productive way, but in a way that penalizes them, right? This cripples their creativity and it cripples their confidence, and the coaches are wondering why they still aren't seeing their results, because you're not paying attention to the kid and definitely not paying attention to the terrible things you're doing. Some of the most critical factors that I'm reading in these articles are perceived to have negative influence on performance. And these are things like overcoaching, not sitting down, calming down, and giving them an opportunity to learn. Player boredom, it's not fun. Player anxiety, you yell at them every time there's an error. Physical fatigue, they're overtrained, they have too many sports, too many commitments. Problem sleeping. Remember, these kids are growing, so this is a critical time for them to have a great sleep pattern. And the lack of information on the opposition. There are some coaches where they feel that the players don't need to know too much, where I believe that the more you give the players, the more you give them an opportunity to be successful and overall happy. That's positive coaching. Now, I learned this all from some of the most remarkable coaches that I have worked next to or under in my past, but I have also learned through a concept that's called reverse role model. And that is when you see somebody that is doing something that you just can't align with, and you model yourself as the opposite of what they do. See, kids learn from the mistakes, but as a coach that is firm yet positive, you are able to present the mistakes to them and let them know what they can do in the future. Tell them that it's all right to make mistakes, that you encourage them to make mistakes. The reality is that as a coach, I can't coach perfection. What I can coach, and the reason that coaches are there, is because if there's an error, you can explain what you see and allow them to start seeing a little bit more of the game how you see it. Call the coach, people. More importantly, coaches need to build the strength, the grit, and the belief that the players have in themselves. You see, even with a variety of skill, as I coach with PFA, I am still able to see that there are positive things that the player can do, positive ways to approach the game, and low-hanging fruit, like simple things that we can do to get them better quickly, see a bit more confidence, and then kind of like that long-term. I have one-on-one conversations with 11 and 12-year-olds with their parents there to let them know like the future as to how they can develop themselves to make sure that they have what they're looking for, that future. So think about it. All right, so a quick list on what you can do with that negative coach, and it will be in the notes as well. So one is you want to see if there's any truth in what they're saying. Even though they're being negative, there's likely going to be some element that stings because there is a certain level of truth to it. Being negative about it isn't exactly beneficial, but there might be information that you can take out and do something with, okay? You can fight negativity with positivity, and I find myself doing all that all the time. You know, people are grumpy and people are mad, but I am still myself and I am still positive. You also have to attend practices and games without a chip on your shoulder. You have to make sure that you are focused and moving forward with your priorities, okay? You might be on a great team with a terrible coach, so there's definitely still a value. Parents, make sure that you are encouraging your kid to focus on the right things, right? Not be too on the down, but on the positive side, okay? You can confront the coach very, very carefully. Not something that I really recommend, as this requires a lot of strategy. So if you have another coach that you know and trust, speak with them. They'll help you out. Or the other is just to really move on to another team or another club, or you can confront that coach and kind of see where that goes. Or you can really just endure and just kind of grit it out. So really up to you. Look, negative coaching is always going to be part of the game. And positivity is something that's always going to be optional in the same way that negativity is, meaning that you can choose to be positive. You can choose to persevere, or my favorite word, grit. You can grind through and endure, because it's definitely not going to be for the rest of your life. So I wish you all the best of luck. Negative coaches have probably far disconnected from this video a long time ago. But that means that those of you that are here, please do better. Please hold other coaches accountable, and let's make this great for the kids. Wild idea, right? PFA Nation, I love you all, but some of you I extra love. Peace.